Hi, friends. It's me, Lilica, and this is Lilica's mixtape. I hope you've been doing really great. Thank you for joining me. If you could, go ahead and like my video just to get started, just to share the energy as we like to do. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about Michael Jackson's album Thriller and how much it meant to me as a child and growing up. So, the album was released in 1982. I was about 7 or 8 years old, and that was the first album that I ever chose and purchased. My dad bought it for me either at the mall or downtown. And when I got it home, it was awesome because it's a 12-inch album with a full gatefold jacket. So that means it opens up to two-page spread. And it had Michael Jackson in all his pre Pepsi Burn glory in a white suit with a cute little tiger. And my little child self loved it. I was here for it. Um, I remember this very vividly because I was stoked about it, but my mother wasn't because of the religion that we were in. She was really strict about what things we brought into the house. She had a lot of opinions about the promiscuity in music and about the demonic messages in music. So she was really worried about it. So she was super against the Thriller song. So I don't know how it worked out. I got to keep the record. I got to listen to the record, but I wasn't allowed to listen to Thriller. And I had to let her take a black Marks a Lot marker and block out the illustration for the Thriller song and all the lyrics and liner notes for it. I was pretty bummed out about it, but when you're a kid, you get what you get and you don't get upset. And I was gonna get what I could out of that album, which I did because I listened to it all the way through, all the time, except for, of course, Thriller. But I mean, I did listen to that a few times when she wasn't there, and it was pretty cool, but I couldn't tell why she hated it. I think that part of her hating all those things made me kind of like those sorts of things, which is why I'm kind of the way I am now. But that's neither here nor there. Um, Either way, the album's really good. So we're gonna start off with the first track, which is "Wanna Be Starting Something," and it has a groovy little beat and a funky guitar riff. And back then, I didn't understand the social inclination or implications of the song, but I did understand the discomfort of feeling stuck, and I really liked it. Listening now and looking at the lyrics again, um, it speaks to me of some of the social parasites that gossip and spread lies and how they feed on your energy. So, like your energy vampires. I actually think I like the lyrics more than I did before because now that I have more insight into the subject, unfortunately, I appreciate the fact that Michael acknowledges uh, the toxicity of that sort of behavior, um, and he chooses to rise above and lift his head high and scream, "I know I am someone." And even when the world is pushing you down, you have to remember you are somebody, and you deserve to be taking up space here. And that's why that song is so good. The next song is "Baby Be Mine," and it's just a basic groovy little love song. Um, it's got that smooth 80s dancey vibe to it. I think the lyrics are sweet and romantic. The beat's a little funky and good for dancing, and it's got horns, it's got synth, it's just good. I feel like I've skated to it at the roller rink before, and it's really good. It has a nice bass line and it's fun to dance to. But it's just a basic, baby be mine all the time, be my lover because I love you kind of vibe on that one. It's pretty basic, but it's still a good song. I always liked it. After that, we have a classic little duet featuring Paul McCartney on the track called The Girl Is Mine. And it was kind of a big deal at the time having a Beatle singing with Michael Jackson. I think this is before Michael Jackson bought the whole Apple catalog out from under Paul and they had a falling out. But that's a different story. But it's cool. Um, it was a lot different back then, and I didn't think too much about it, and it wasn't my favorite track, but it's cute. I mean, it's just two men arguing about how they love this girl and she's theirs. Um, but looking at it now, it just makes me think of complicated romances, and I'm kind of allergic to them now in life, complexities like that. After that, the title track comes on in an almost cult classic coolness, and it's only Thriller. Thriller, thriller, thriller. It starts out with eerie, haunting sounds and then gets picked up by a nice um, beat. And it's nice because Michael sings about Halloween horrors, while the classic creepy sounds are spooky in the background. I don't really know all the lyrics because I didn't get to listen to it much as a child, and so I'm still not quite caught up on those. Um, but I've been enjoying getting acquainted with it over the years. I love the Vincent Price creepy monologue, and I just feel like Thriller is like a Halloween staple when it comes to parties and stuff because it's Thriller. So good. Um, when you flip the album over, we have Beat It, and it was a pretty big hit. It's a good song, and it makes me think of breakdancing and gangs. It seems like the message is that it's okay to not act big when you're outnumbered on the streets. I think it's kind of funny combination of rock and roll guitar and pop beats, but it works and it's a classic, and it's just a good one. Everybody knows Beat It. Um, but slinking in after Beat It is Billie Jean, and Billie Jean was my favorite track on the album at the time. I think it's still my favorite track on the album, um, because I've always loved the bass line and the beat on this song. I really liked the video too when I was young. I would see it when we would go to some of my friends' house and they were allowed to watch videos, and I saw the video and I thought it was super cool. Um, so this is a song where the full weight, once again, of what they were talking about was like lost on me. I just, you know, thought it was whatever. I didn't understand it. But this is a song where um, I didn't understand. I couldn't see why anyone would want to be like Billie Jean. Um, because, like we heard in Wanna Be Starting Something, she likes to lie and talk trash. Um, Another one of the social parasites that we talk about. Um, I've just really liked the smooth and mellow vibe of this song. Even though he's got to defend himself from the vicious rumors, he sure makes it sound almost tolerable having to deal with this woman. After that, we have Human Nature. It's a good song. It's got a goodly amount of airplay, but it wasn't like one of the most popular songs. I've always just enjoyed the chill vibe of this track. Um, it's human nature. It's the ultimate reason for anything. Um, Looking at the song now, it sounds like he hooked up with someone and is ready to go. Um, I guess it just draws our attention to why we do the things we do. and he gently just explains that's just how it is. So there's only one more track on the album, and it's a PYT, Pretty Young Thing. And I feel like I've roller skated to this one too. Um, I've always enjoyed it. It's another love song with a dancey beat. I mean, PYT, it's a little edgy though with its background guitar riffs and grunts. Um, I don't know, it's definitely a track you could head out on the dance floor too. It's fun. So, overall, for me, Thriller is a trip down memory lane with its 80s synth sound and classic style. If I'm applying my methods to evaluating this album, I feel it helps me gain some of my first deep insight into myself, um, as being somewhat defiant, becoming defiant and protective of the music that I like, and having to fight to listen to what I wanted to hear. Defiance in that I was not going to listen to this album and have my mom completely ruin the whole experience. Um, so I'm grateful I was able to get the most I could out of the situation, and I enjoyed listening to this album very much. It's stood the test of time, and it's just a fun listen. It's groovy, and it's kind of chill. Um, I hope if you haven't heard this album that you do check it out, because I mean, Michael Jackson is kind of an icon, and I know that there are mixed opinions about him. Um, but I'm not here to talk about politics or opinions. I'm here to talk about the music, and I like the music, and I'm sorry I can't stop liking the Thriller album, and I never will. And I think that it's won so many gold records because it's so great. And as far as that goes, I guess that's it in my little review for the album Thriller. I hope you check it out. I'm really hoping that if you stayed this long, you liked my video and that you are subscribed. Um, I'm going to be talking about some other things that I'm working on right now, different project, but it still kind of brings music and therapy and thoughts together, and using music as a way to assist in self acceptance and understanding. So I look forward to sharing that with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Um, Please leave any comments. I'd love to hear what albums you're interested in talking about. I'd like to hear what you think about the albums I talk about. And I hope you guys all have a blessed rest of your week. Thanks for being so awesome. And I'll see you next time. Peace.